In the last 100 years, we have systematically erased thousands of unique fruit varieties from existence. This isn't some dystopian fantasy. It's the cold economic reality of modern agriculture, a silent destruction of our global food heritage, trading thousands of years of flavor and resilience for just a handful of uniform, patentable crops that can survive a 1,500-mile truck ride. But what if I told you one person decided to fight back? Not with protests, but by resurrecting an ancient art to create something that really, honestly, shouldn't exist. A single tree that grows 40 different kinds of fruit. A living library of forgotten tastes, challenging the very foundation of a food system designed for dependency. This is the story of the Tree of 40 Fruit and the truth behind the forces that tried to destroy it. So if this tree is such a beautiful work of conservation, why would anyone want to destroy it? The villain in this story isn't a person or, a shadowy agency. The force that tried to destroy the components of this tree was not malice, but honestly, just indifference. The villain is the system of industrial monoculture itself. The villain was economics. For the last century, agriculture has prioritized uniformity over diversity. Commercial growers select fruit for its ability to withstand shipping, its cosmetic perfection, and its shelf life. Flavor and nutrition are, almost always secondary. As a result, thousands of heirloom fruit varieties have been pushed aside. New York State, for example, once a leader in stone fruits, saw that industry vanish. This silent, systemic culling is the real destruction. For Sam Van Aken, this threat became horrifyingly real in 2008. He learned the New York State agricultural experiment station was being forced to abandon an orchard due to state funding cuts. This wasn't some kind of plot. It was a bureaucratic decision, but the consequence was dire. This single orchard contained over 250 rare and antique varieties of stone fruit, a priceless genetic library on the verge of being bulldozed to make way for development. This was the inciting incident. Faced with the extinction of hundreds of years of horticultural history, Van Aken made a decision that seemed, honestly, insane to everyone around him. He bought the orchard. With the orchard secured, Van Aken's art project transformed into a mission of conservation. That orchard became his genetic ark, a living library of flavors the world had almost lost. He realized simply maintaining the orchard wasn't enough. The knowledge had to be shared. His project became, really, an act of defiance. He started hunting for even more lost varieties, collaborating with USDA germplasm repositories to access fruits that were essentially extinct outside of these archives. He was pulling history out of storage and giving it a future. He sought out plums from England, apricots from Syria, and peaches from China, with histories dating back 2,000 years. Each successful graft on a tree of 40 fruit was another species pulled back from the edge. The tree was no longer just a sculpture, it was a lifeboat. Van Aken describes the process as collapsing an entire orchard onto a single tree, a way to preserve immense genetic diversity in a small space. The goal was to create a network of these living archives, spreading them across the country to ensure this precious genetic material could never again be threatened by a single budget cut. Today, there are more than a dozen of these incredible trees planted in public locations across the United States. You won't find them for sale at your local nursery. From the beginning, Van Aken has prioritized public access, planting them in community gardens, on university campuses, and at museums. The abundance of a tree cannot be owned. Its fruit should be free for all. The experience of encountering one is, honestly, unique. Up close, you notice the labels on the branches, the subtle differences in the leaves. In the spring, it is an undeniable spectacle. In the summer, it bears its impossible bounty, and tasting the fruit is a revelation. These aren't the watery, bland supermarket fruits bred for appearance. These are apricots so sweet, they taste like honey, plums with complex flavors, and cherries that actually taste like cherries. They are a direct taste of their wild, uncommercialized ancestry. This project isn't about solving world hunger, at least not literally. It's about preserving the tools we might need to feed the world in the future. The genetic diversity held within these trees offers resilience. When disease strikes one branch, 39 others keep producing. They are a repository of traits that could be crucial as our climate changes. Each tree is a living reminder that you do not need corporate seeds or patented varieties to feed yourself. The knowledge was never truly lost. It was just waiting. If this story stirred you, seek out the history in your own food. So, what is the mysterious tree of 40 fruit, and why would they want to destroy it? The tree is a living protest, a work of art, an act of conservation, and a symbol of resilience. The destruction it faces wasn't a conspiracy, but the slow, grinding pressure of a system that prizes profit over heritage. The forces that nearly wiped out these fruits are the same ones that demand we buy patented seeds every year, spray chemical fertilizers, and accept a dangerously fragile food supply. Sam Van Aken didn't just save old fruits, he saved the stories embedded within them. The tree of 40 fruit is a profound question made manifest in bark and blossom. Do we want a world with a handful of predictable options, or do we want a world of 40 and 40,000 more? The tree is a threat not because it can magically feed the world, but because it proves that a different way is possible. It proves that the solution is not more patents, but remembering what we deliberately forgot.